Hello, my name is Cheryl Ivaniski, and I'm a wellness authority, doctor of holistic medicine, and a real estate investor. And I am here because today I want to share with you and introduce you to and talk with you about Randi Goodman. Hello, Randi, are you there?
Love you, honey. Thank you. You know,
Now, as I'm introducing Randi Goodman to you, and I'm sure to many of you, you do not need an introduction to this woman, but Randi Goodman, who I've come to know over the years through people that I was connected with in our communities, um, life has changed because I look at Randi and I tell her this every time, and I mean it with everything in my heart. This woman, I marvel at what she does.
mm,
Randi, you amaze me, and your background is a combination of generational principles from parents and grandparents with modern day know-how, technology, and marketing, and you amaze me. And you do so many things. Can you tell us some of the things? Tell us a little bit about you.
oh my goodness, you're just so sweet because we just interviewed you and you were insisting on interviewing me, and I just love you for it. So thank you. Uh, what do I do? I came from the world of manufacturing. My family used to manufacture mattresses. We also had the other side of the family had a meat factory. But I got into the mattress end of things. So I ran a business at 22 years old. So I was just a baby in my 4-inch heels and my teeny little mini skirts.
Wow.
Pretty hilarious, and going in the back and telling the guys, you have to teach me how to make a bed. And yeah, it was pretty funny. So, but loved it. Like some
I'll
of the,
bet you learned a lot.
oh yeah, some of the best experiences of my life. And it was just awesome. And then I actually stayed home for like 15 years raising my kids. So that didn't mean sitting on the couch and eating bonbons. And I have 4 beautiful grown men. Um, I know I don't look a day over 19, but whatever.
You're absolutely right. You don't.
I'm
And
kidding. But
4
anyway,
boys. That's a bit of testosterone in the house.
yeah, a little bit. So, um, I did a lot in the community, a lot. I spent a lot of time in 3 different schools and, doing a lot of volunteering, doing the barbecues. We took their little teeny tiny barbecues into these big, huge community events. And
That's
I just
nice.
fell in love with events. I did years and years of charity galas. I got my second degree, Dan, in Shotokan karate. I was very involved in the community. And
Wow.
then I separated like about 12 years ago and thought, well, what am I going to do? Like I was a 4th level CMA, which means I didn't finish getting my certified management accounting degree. I almost did. I was 3 credits shy, but I
Oh my
didn't want
gosh, you were so close.
but I didn't want to do accounting. I didn't want to be an accountant or a bookkeeper.
Right.
And I don't know what I want to do. Like, I really don't know. I loved business. I loved events. So it ended
Love
up being,
people.
I love
Love
people,
people.
love helping people. So it was just kind of natural that I fell into doing conferences and trade shows. And I've been doing that for like 12 years. And then I have always been a real estate investor for probably about 30 years. So it was kind of natural as well that maybe I'd want to help people in that realm. So I got my license and I've been helping people with their real estate needs, commercial and residential, and just loving it and getting deeper and deeper into that. And here we are, chatting with my amazing friend Cheryl, who is so brilliant. And I have just so much respect for you.
Well,
You
you're a sweetheart. Thank you. And you know what? This is about you. And so I want to add to what you've said. I mean, we've gotten like a lot of years in like a few sentences, but can I elaborate on a few of those?
Oh, for sure. Thank you.
Okay, great. So we bypassed a lot of, I think, really spectacular things.
Okay.
Number one, um, Randi, who I've come to know, is her name is Randi, Randi, and this is what I came up with to describe Randi. So the R for me stands for and I have so much respect for her in that that's rare. So the R stands for two things. It's a double, a respect and that you're rare, truly rare. The A is for being authentic because you put your heart into what you do and you do what you say and you follow it all the way through. And then there's even icing on the cake. There's always that extra added value. No questions added. No questions asked. So that's amazing. N is for probably, and this is in the most positive of way and the most creative of ways, is networking because of all of your events. You invite people to exhibit, showcase what they do. You connect with them with people. You have speakers, sponsors, conferences. You support galas, and talk about being community-based. That's huge. So the N is for networking business extraordinary.
Wow.
D in Randi.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, I know. And the D, and I'm gonna give you this. You're gonna put this somewhere so people can see this. That's on a plaque. The G stands for, you go the distance and you're determined. Like I said, you follow things through.
Wow.
And the I is because with all those qualities, it makes you irresistible.
Oh, I love you. You're so sweet. You actually made an acronym out of my name.
I did. I made that up, and I didn't even have to think about it. I just started, making some notes this morning, and I didn't plan it. It just came out. And you also you have helped so many people, but I'm going to talk about the 200 people that you have been able to elevate in their lives through your publishing, through your book writing, and through letting people have a voice.
Wow. Thank you. Yeah, I forgot to even mention that part.
Well, can you tell people more about that?
Thank you. Yeah. You know what? It became a project a few years ago when I had a business partner for a few years, and he came up with this great idea to put a compilation together and help people write their story. And so I continued on and produced 5 different series of empowering women to succeed. And yes, there are men in there, or however people want to identify. And so we support everybody. And then I created 365 Empowering Stories, which were a bunch of short stories as well. And then I'm part of a couple other compilations. I'm actually an 8-time #1 international best-selling author, and I've helped almost 200 people become the same. So
that's amazing. That is a huge community contribution.
Yeah,
that's
thank
huge.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And
thank you too, because I know you invited me into this opportunity, and so many people. And when people celebrate this at events, they're able to honestly elevate to another level because they have a voice.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And you know what's so funny about it, Cheryl? I'll tell a quick story about writing your story. In the first book, I had, so it was published. There were, 16 authors in it or something. And I had breakfast with one of the authors, and she was saying to me, I don't think my story is going to resonate with anybody. And I don't think, who's going to care about my story? I didn't have this major traumatic thing happen to me or whatnot. And I said, you have no idea how much you impact people. And sometimes you'll never know because some people will never tell you, right?
Right.
The very odd ones will actually come out and reach out to you and let you know. And those are very appreciative, by the way. They're very appreciated.
Yeah.
But I had a meeting with another lady that was not in the book, just in my network, after I had this meeting in the morning. And the woman told me she had read the book already, and it was quite recent after being released. So it was amazing that she had actually read the whole thing already. And I said to her, well, which story resonated with you the most?
Oh my gosh.
And guess whose story it was?
The woman
believe it or not.
Breakfast with.
Yes. And I immediately texted that author. And I said, you are not going to believe this, but this woman I'm meeting with right now told me she read the book, and the one story that she felt resonated with her the most was yours. And, so you really don't know.
No, and it's so nice, though, when you do hear that so that you can share it with that person.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we'll never really know she may never know how many other people she touches.
Exactly.
But you know, the whole wonderful thing is it's a great platform
Yes.
that
And
you've created for men and women.
exactly. And people don't just use this as a business tool. So if you have a business, it's great because it elevates you, adds credibility and
Yes,
whatnot, all kinds of wonderful things, opens some incredible doors
yes,
where you can make a lot of money just by being invited to speak at people's businesses and organizations and
yes,
around the world and all kinds of things. And we
yes,
have authors where that's happened. But also, if you're not in business, because you might be saying, I'm not in business. I,
right.
I don't have anything that I want to promote or anything. Well, it's not about that. It's about sharing your story, and you can be leaving a legacy for your family. So,
Yes.
you know, I know when I was growing up, and you'd think author, and you'd be like, they were like a god, right?
Yes,
They were
it's
like,
so out there. Yeah,
yeah, it was like they're like a celebrity,
yeah,
right? A
yeah.
huge celebrity. And it's like you could be that for somebody or many people, not that you're looking to be that, but leaving a legacy for your family, something that generations and generations later
Oh my gosh, yeah,
can know about their past history and the people in their past history
yeah,
just because you left some story behind. Like I interviewed my grandfather.
yeah.
He was homesick for 8 years before he passed away. And, he died in 1996. So I was pregnant with my second kid at the time. Sorry, I'm giving away my age here. But,
We
but
get younger every year, Randy.
exactly, I know. And I'm following what you say, trust me. So he, I would, he didn't feel good at home. Obviously, he was sick, but whenever he felt good, even if it was 5 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever it was, I would take out my video camera and record him. So
Oh, wow, that is so great.
yeah, and I actually ended up shelving it for like almost 20 years. And
Oh,
thank God, because it was on VHS at the time and those disintegrate over time. And
yeah,
when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, I better get it transferred to CD. So
yes.
I did that. I had it transcribed
Oh,
and
beautiful.
planning one day to put a book together to tell his story of how he survived the Holocaust
Oh my
and
gosh.
all the crazy things that happened during that time from his perspective. And not only that, I interviewed people in my family, like their children. So my
Yeah,
mom and her sister and their cousins, and wanted to get a perspective on what is the difference in how they grew up, because my mom and her sister are 10 years apart. My cousins are 9 years apart. And there's a big difference
yeah,
in how their perceptions are today and how
oh,
they were raised.
yes,
They're totally different. You can imagine 10 years is a long time. So when you're new to a country and you're raising a baby,
yes.
right? The way you raise them is going to be different than 10 years later when you do it again.
And probably new language, new everything.
Yeah, totally. But like you coming with nothing, you have to build from scratch, and
Yeah,
you have all the emotions of things that just happened in your life and all those traumatic things. But then 10 years go by, you've established yourself, you're basically settled and raising a family and whatnot. But the way your mentality is going to be different 10 years later.
yeah,
I wanted to add that perspective. It was like, what can I add in here that adds more meat to the
yeah,
book and
yeah.
just put on a different perspective of, and share with people, because I know there's going to be a lot of people out there that resonate with that, right?
Absolutely. And I do with my grandparents who came over at the age of like 13 and experienced similar things. But you know what? I think this is your passion project. I think this is a great passion project for you. Like now, I see the juices flowing for you. Is that something that you might do like
Oh,
soon?
I'm definitely, like, I've already transcribed everything and whatnot. It's just a matter of finding the right person to work with to actually put it together properly. And this isn't an interview about book writing and publishing by any means. Cheryl brought it up.
No.
I
Yeah.
didn't even remember to mention it, but, you know, anybody who is writing a book out there,
Yeah.
you definitely should have a professional editor that you work with. Don't just put something out, because it is a reflection of you. right? So you want to look like a professional. You want to look like, you're able to communicate with people. And it doesn't matter if English is your second language or third language or fifth language.
Right.
Get someone to help you, because you can be sharing your story in any language and even have it transcribed to other languages and share it.
And
Like,
share it.
you don't know how many people you're impacting, how many lives you can save, how many, it's just incredible. So thank you, Cheryl.
No, you're welcome. I think one of the biggest things that comes from an experience like this is, as you were mentioning earlier, but I wanted to point out, is building confidence and self-esteem.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to say one more thing about the book writing and publishing, because I hate writing. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I don't like it at all. And
And
there's
yeah,
many of you out there who don't like it either, and you want to share a story, and there's so many different ways to do it. You can always reach out to me. I'm happy to help you and give you some ideas.
so I know for a fact, Randy, and I think it's wonderful that when I say you go beyond, I mean you go beyond, because I know when I was participating in one of your events, you had extraordinary speakers from not even our country. So I would really love for you to comment, because you provide our communities and communities with access to experts in other places that otherwise they wouldn't have access to. How exciting is that? I can't think of very many people that offer that and bring that to their communities. So what even got you interested in that? How did that even come to be?
Thank you. How did it come to be? Well, it's about providing value, and who am I getting connected to, and what do they offer, and how do they like to serve people? How do they like to help people? And really, those are the decisions that, are in place when I'm deciding whether I bring in Joseph Sugarman, who's like
Yeah,
the marketing guru, and
yeah.
people would know him from Blue Blockers. Like, yeah, it's really aging.
And how many of those did he sell? How many millions of those?
Oh my God, so many. Like, I think over 20 million.
I
And
think you're right. I think I read that.
yeah, so we had him here in Toronto. He's such a sweetheart of a guy.
Yeah.
He lives in Las Vegas, but he used to go back and forth to Hawaii all the time. Now he's like 81 now, and just an incredible human being. Love him.
And very, very, very professionally driven, but he's very health conscious too.
Oh yes, oh my God,
Oh,
oh,
he is very disciplined.
oh, yeah, he's so healthy. Oh
Yeah.
wow, yeah. And yeah, just a sweetheart of a person. But local people like Raymond Darren, who's a New York Times best-selling author, who people in Chicago, like I was trained to speak on stage by James Denley in Chicago, who trained Les Brown. Like,
Right.
I mean, there's so many incredible people. We were
Yeah.
going to have somebody come in from the UK. We were going to have somebody, I mean, the live event got pushed, but uh, it's just amazing. Like, I've had people in from Utah and from, California, and
That's wonderful. And they're happy to participate. They're happy to be in it.
they want to serve, they want to help. And, it's just so incredible being able to connect with people all over the world. There's so many special people in this world.
There are.
But I love, more importantly, Cheryl, I love the people in our community
Yes.
and who are local, and I love supporting those people as well and helping them connect, but being able to share their information like we're doing here on this
Yeah.
platform.
Yeah.
And whether it's live on stage or on Zoom or on Facebook Live or on whatever platform.
There's all kinds of platforms. And that's how you reach different people, because everyone has a different interest in where they watch, where they attend, and how they absorb. So
Exactly.
so that's really good. Well, I think what all comes down to one thing, and it's a phrase, but I think when you're connecting with the quality of individuals that are about serving, it's beyond them. It's not even about them. So when you reach an awareness and a heightened vibe in your own life, I think that propels you and extends you into the space of others who are really heart-centered. So what I was going to say is it's really heart-centered because it's coming from within.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So how can people reach you, Randy? How do people find you? Where can they reach you and interact with you?
You know what? They can go to randigoodman.ca, Randi goodman.ca, or they can go to Randy Goodman Real Estate.com and find me there as well, because I love helping people with real estate and your needs. And even if you just have questions, there's no pressure. I'm not that kind of person. And I just love to help people. So anything I can do to add value,
Yeah.
like you said with the A.
No, adding value. Well, speaking of that and being a community builder in the many ways that you are, it's kind of like having the history with investing for so many years. It almost feels to me like it was only a matter of time that you found yourself in helping people not just buy a house, but to have the home and the community and the lifestyle within the home that's right for them. So I would really love for you to tell us a little bit more about what your goals are for people with buying homes, whether they're for their personal homes or whether they're for revenue generating
Mhm.
as investors.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, selling your home, buying your home, those are emotional things. Investing are usually not emotional because it's all about the money, right? But when you're buying and selling for yourself, it's an emotional decision. It's a decision where whether it's for yourself or your family or whoever's living with you, you want to make sure it's the right place and the right location for you. And that's really important. It's not about, pounding and just getting someone to buy, or sell. You want to make sure that they are making the right decisions for them and their family and what their goals are, right? And they can be short term and they can be longer term, but you want to make sure they're the right decisions. And I just love holding people's hands basically and making sure that I get the right information from them so
Yeah,
that I can help them find the right properties. And that goes for, whether it's personal reasons or business reasons. So,
right.
it's really all about helping people, Cheryl.
Well, and I know that from you. And I think the thing that's the forefront in your mind, but I'm also going to add something to this. Not only is it the forefront of your mind, but it's in the place in your heart where it's not about like the physical home itself. It's the space. And there's a big thing to be said, and people are heightening their awareness now about the energy of
Yeah.
the space that they're in, not just the home, but the community, like the neighborhoods,
Yes.
what the communities offer. And I think that that's really where you excel because it's your life, it's your
Yep.
lifestyle.
Yep. Well, that's why I love this community, the Mill Pond community, because
Oh, it's a great community.
I love it. The trails, the ponds, the people, the businesses. It's just an amazing community to be a part of, and I absolutely love it.
Well, I want to thank you so much. Is there anything that you'd like to add, or anything that you'd like to comment on? Again, how people can find you, or any upcoming special events that you're having, whether they're online or live?
Well, we do have the Toronto Women's Expo that was supposed to be live March 25th and 26th. It was moved to May, and then I thought a few days later, this is being a little too optimistic. We're going to move it to September 30 and October 1st. So hopefully by then we'll be able to have the live event. But we're showcasing like some incredible people like yourself, Cheryl, who are, just people that give back to the community, that make an impact on their community, who really love to have that what I call mental income, where just, you just feel so good helping somebody else. And I want to showcase those people. So we're giving out awards. And we're also showcasing at the conference our exhibitors and our sponsors and our Coaches Corner experts and, their speakers and just so many incredible people that I just love for people to get out in the community and meet each other and network with each other. do a little shopping maybe, do a little business interaction. You never know who you're going to meet and who you're going
Right.
to interact with. But because we haven't been able to do the live event and we had to push it forward, we've been doing some online ones. So I have meetups that go out. I have we've been doing like a conference exhibitor trade show kind of thing online, and
I think that's awesome. I think, and people are probably having fun with it too.
yeah, we're having a lot of fun with it, and a lot of connections are being made. So especially for people who are feeling alone at home or feeling
Yeah.
like their business is stuck and they can't do anything, be part of a lot of these online things. I've been watching so many Zooms and webinars and, just being part of things. And it's like, I think I'm more exhausted now than I was before COVID, just watching and learning and growing and doing anything I can to like stay connected to people so that, I keep my brain going and I get out for a walk and keep my health
Yes.
going. And,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know, I mean, we have to do whatever we can. So please reach out. You can always join my mailing list if you want info on events, whether they're online or live or whatever we're doing, at randygoodman.ca or randygoodmanrealestate.com if you're interested in real estate. And yeah, thank you, Cheryl. Thank you
No,
for
you know what? No, thank you, Randy. So it's all about personal and professional development. It's about community, and it's about, the community that you live in, the home and neighborhood that you're looking for, and it's about meeting other people in business and helping each other grow. So you've heard it here from Randy Goodman, and you can reach Randy at Randy Goodman, Goodman .ca. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Randy.
Thank you, honey.
Ciao, Bella.
Bye.